So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our discussion of money and wealth for all 12 ascendants in Vedic astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand Aquarius Ascendant. Okay, if you don't know you are Aquarius Ascendant or not, look into your astrological chart. If the 11 number is written in this house or this first box, it means you are the Aquarius Ascendant. Now, first of all, let me give you one overview or the content which I'm going to be discussing in this video. The very first thing we are discussing regarding the money and wealth houses. Okay, so 11th, 12th and 2nd, 11th, 12th and 2nd. These are the money and wealth houses. So we will discuss this part in more detail, what each house represent. Next, we will be discussing regarding 5th, 7th and 9th house, 5th, 7th and 9th, and how these houses are acting as a supporting houses to the money and wealth houses. So how the combination of both of these things have the capability to create Laxmi yogas or the wealth giving yogas into your chart. Next, we will discuss regarding the Rahu and Ketu axis. So how Rahu and Ketu axis forming a catalyst in the conjunctions which are created by these two houses. Okay, next we are also discussing the gati of a planet. Okay, now gati simply means the speed of a planet. This is a very interesting topic actually, speed. Okay, so in Vedic astrology there are certain fast moving and slow moving planets. Fast moving have the capacity to create a different impact, and slow moving planets have the capacity to create a different impact. So we will try to study the fast moving and the slow moving speed of the planets and how they are impacting your earning, expense, investment and even your savings. Okay, then let me move on to the next topic, that is the retrograde and the combust. So what if certain planets are combust or even retrograde in your chart? We will discuss that part in more detail, and we will also try to discuss the significance of these planets and how they are going to be impacting, like how retrograde and combust planets are going to be creating impact into the money and wealth footprint of your life. And lastly is the timings. So timings mean when eventually you are going to be receiving the money which is present in your chart. So I'm going to be also sharing one very interesting take over the timing, like how you yourself have the capacity to identify, okay, by looking into your chart, like during this time frame my Laxmi yoga is actually getting manifested. Laxmi yoga simply means the wealth giving yoga. Okay, so all these things, they are connected with one another. I humbly request you to please watch this video till end. Don't miss out, don't skip any part, otherwise you are going to be missing out some of the important information regarding your chart. Okay, and these videos which I'm making, so these are the part of the money and wealth series, okay, which you can find in my playlist section. You can simply click on the money and wealth playlist series. So you will find many other videos regarding the money and wealth only. Okay, so let's try to understand Aquarius Ascendant. Now first of all, look into this chart. Okay, this is a Vedic astrological chart and it's a D1 chart or the natal birth chart. Okay, you see the boxes, these are actually the houses, but usually we don't write down the house number in these boxes. Okay, so this is the first house. Now the number which is written up there, it's the 11th number, mean the 11th zodiac sign. This is the Rashi or the zodiac sign. So 11th zodiac sign is Aquarius. So if the 11 number is written in this first house, it means you are Aquarius Ascendant or Aquarius rising, or your first house is ruled by the sign of Aquarius. Okay, similarly this is your second house, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So they are the 12 houses and these are the zodiac signs. 11th, 12th, 1st, 2nd, it's Pisces, Aries and Taurus. Okay, so this is a basic astrological chart. Okay, now the very first thing which you need to pay attention towards is the money and wealth houses. This is 11th, 12th and 2nd house. Look here, this is 11th house, 12th house and 2nd house. Now, first of all, let's try to understand what this 11th, 12th and 2nd house represents. Okay. 11th house, this is one of the most important houses in Vedic astrology, because 11th house represents your incoming gains. So whatever money that you are going to be receiving on monthly basis or daily basis is seen through your 11th house. If you are doing a job, so you are receiving some monthly paycheck, that is seen through 11th house. If you are doing a business, so whatever the daily or monthly transactions that are coming in your bank account, that is seen through 11th house. In a way, 11th house represents the earning potential of a native. Like if you want to see whether you have the capability to earn 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 10 million, or even $1 billion, that is seen using the 11th house. And 11th house also represents your income sources. Like if you want to see whether you have the capability to have more than one income stream in your life or not, or what are the multiple income sources that are present in your astrological chart, it's determined using this house. So this is ruled by Jupiter with the sign of Sagittarius. So Jupiter is going to be becoming the key planet for you people. Next is the 12th house. 12th house is basically the house of your expenditure. Okay. So whatever your monthly or your daily expenses are, they are seen through 12th house. And 12th house is also the house of investments. Like if you want to see what kind of investments that are good as per my chart, directly pay attention towards the 12th house. This is going to help you to understand whether investment into real estate, stocks, government bonds, cryptocurrency, or which investments, even gold. So 12th house is going to give us the answer. And last one is your 2nd house. Now this is again ruled by Jupiter but with different sign. This is the sign of Pisces. Jupiter is ruling both of these houses here. Okay. Now 2nd house is the house of your savings account actually. Saving simply mean where you are saving your money. Okay. Now 2nd house is not actually based over free will of a person. It's also depending over the prarabdha. Prarabdha mean your past life deeds actually, because this is the house of your family. So first of all, it's not possible or it's not in your hand to decide whether I'm going to be taking birth into some business class or rich family or some poor family. That is seen through the 2nd house actually, because it's the combined wealth of a native, including your real estate, property, home, money, wealth, everywhere actually. Okay. So family assets are also going to be seen through your 2nd house. Now, if some person is coming from a very prosperous and a very wealthy family, maybe the family is involved into different businesses, maybe transportation business, agriculture business, clothing industry, jewelry business, or maybe some technology business. So that person is going to be already having a very strong house. Whereas on some other hand, the few person, if the born into some very poor class, so that person is not going to be having a strengthened 2nd house actually. So you need to understand 2nd house is not based over the free will of a native. It's not totally free will. It's also based over the drid karma. Drid means the fixed. It's totally depending over your past life karmas, which you are going to be executing in this life. Because based over your prarabdha or past life deeds, you are gaining your parents, your father, mother, and your siblings. And it's not in the person's hand to like change in which family I'm going to be taking birth or this kind of a thing. Okay. So I hope you understand these 3 houses. Now you need to pay attention towards the yogas created by these particular houses. Look here. Anytime, first of all, Jupiter is itself posited in its own houses. Like either the Jupiter is posited in your 11th house in the sign of Sagittarius or in the 2nd house in the sign of Pisces. This is itself considered as one of the biggest RajYogas for you people. Okay, Jupiter placement in its own sign in the money and wealth houses. This is the first biggest Laxmi yoga which is present in your chart. Secondly, anytime Jupiter is forming any connection with planet Saturn. Like for example, suppose Jupiter is going up there, or maybe Saturn is coming up there. Saturn and Jupiter conjunction anywhere in the chart is the second important Raj Yoga or the money and wealth giving yoga which you need to check out into your horoscope. Now, although whenever Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in the astrological chart, this combination is actually not permitting you to save huge amount of money. Because specifically for Aquarius Ascendant, planet Saturn is also gaining control over the house of expenditure. And Jupiter is gaining control over the house of the savings. So when the savings and the expense lord, they are combining together. So saving and expenditure lord in one house is not permitting you to save huge amount of money. It means Saturn and Jupiter is not a saving combination. On the other hand, it's a very good investment oriented combination. And it's not necessary Saturn and Jupiter are only forming conjunction in this house or this house, anywhere in the chart. It may be Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct up there, or maybe Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in these houses. Now, what is the difference? If one native is born with Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in this house, or this house. Now, there are different levels of wealth yogas in astrology. The very first and the excellent yogas are the wealth yogas which are itself formed in the money and wealth houses. So, the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction, if it is falling in this house, or even in this house, this is the first level of Laxmi Yoga, and it's extremely powerful as compared to the second level, which is in the quadrant houses. These are the quadrant houses, 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th. Okay. So if the Jupiter and Saturn is coming in the quadrant, it's the second level, and then it's the lower level, it's actually the Dusthanas. It's the 6th house, 8th house and even the 12th house. But still I will tell you, 12th house is going to be way much powerful as compared to planet sitting in the 8th house. Keep that point in your mind because it's the money and wealth house actually. Okay, so very first thing which you need to be paying attention towards Jupiter and Saturn. Now many other ascendants, they are having 3 different planets ruling these 3 houses. So they are having many other possibilities. Because suppose you are Aries ascendant with 1 number written up there. This is ruled by Saturn, this is ruled by Jupiter and this is ruled by Venus. So there are 3 planets, but in the case of Aquarius, it's a special ascendant. It's only the 2 planets. So the Jupiter and Saturn have the capability to form the biggest Raj Yogas or the wealth giving yogas into your chart. Okay. Next, let me come to the 5th, 7th and 9th house. Now this is 5th, 7th and 9th house. Basically these houses, this is trine houses. Okay, 5th and 9th house, they are trine actually. Now these houses are actually acting as contributing factor in the upper houses, and these houses are very helpful in Laxmi Yoga activation. So the main word here is the wealth activation or Raj Yoga activation, and I made a total separate video over the Raj Yoga activation. Although I'm going to be giving you one basic overview regarding activation and how these houses are going to be playing a very important role. Look here. This is the house of the children and childbirth. 7th house is the house of your marriage and married life aspect. And 9th house is the house of long distance travel and the long distance journey. Anytime the house significance is actually getting activated, it means you are getting married, you are having a child, or even if you are going for a long distance travel or journey, this have the capacity to create the activation of money and wealth giving yogas into your chart. Now there are different methods, 4 to 5 different methods by which activation of Raj Yogas will take place, which you can find the video how to activate Raj Yogas. Secondly, along with the house significance, like I'm talking about right now, house significance, house is getting activated by getting married. So 7th house is getting activated. Second is the planet significance also. Now the planet significance is getting activated if the planet is creating certain yoga. Now look here, anytime Saturn and Jupiter forming any connection with these houses lords anywhere in the chart is the contributing factor into the money and wealth footprint of your life. For example, suppose Saturn is coming with Mercury. This is considered as a very strong RajYoga. 5th house is the house of speculation, speculative gains. Mercury is in its own zodiac sign. It means you have the capacity to gain money through either speculation and even through technological advancements also. Because this combination is also going to be creating the combination of persons working with AI, robotics and machine learning. So this is that combination. Next, suppose you are having Jupiter and Sun conjunction anywhere in the chart. It's not necessarily Mercury, Saturn here, anywhere I told you, okay? Now Surya and Jupiter in the 7th house, although this conjunction in the 7th house have the capacity to spoil your marriage and the married life aspect. And this combination is going to be creating a lot of difficulties in you getting married and then able to sustain and survive that marriage. But any sufferings which are coming through the marriage and relationship will help you in contributing into the wealth RajYogas into your chart. So anywhere, we are only discussing the money and wealth part here. We are not taking any other aspect into our consideration. So we are not taking whether you are receiving happiness from the family or not, or whether you are receiving happiness from your wife or not. We are only talking about the money and wealth part. So this Surya and Jupiter anywhere in the chart have the capacity to bring wealth into your life. Even one more important thing, if you look, Jupiter is gaining control over your 11th house and the 2nd house. So 11th house Lord, if it is going into the 7th house, it means incoming gains are coming towards you with the help of your marriage. So partner is bringing abundance of gains into your life. Abundance, prosperity, okay? So this is the prosperity yoga. Next, it may be Venus with Saturn anywhere in the chart. Now you need to understand one thing. Similarly, like Jupiter, Venus is also the key planet for you people. I will simply write it down here. JU is the Jupiter and VE is the Venus. These two are the key planets. Why key planets? 9th house is the house of the Bhagya. Bhagya means fortune, luck factor. So money is not only going to be coming by you working hard in some 9-to-5 job or in some business. Money is not solely based over the hard work of a native. It's actually going to be based over the Bhagya. Bhagya simply mean the power of your luck. So if planet Venus is forming any connection either with even Surya, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter and Saturn anywhere in the chart, it means your luck factor is adding into that combination. It may be, suppose you are having Venus and Mercury conjunction in the Lagna. Now what is happening? Your Bhagya, 9th house, is gaining connection with the 5th house. All the trine lords are conjunct here and they are forming conjunction in the ascendant. It's not even limited to 2 planetary combinations. It may be 3 planetary combination here. For example, you add Saturn up there. This is also one of the strongest RajYoga which you will find in the Aquarius Ascendant chart. Because here I will tell you all the Urja is first of all concentrated into your Lagna. And Shani is also, you need to look here, it's the 12th house lord. So this combination will also help you to attract money from foreign land and the foreign countries. Any interaction with foreigners also have the capacity to make money into your life. Specifically pay attention towards Saturn in your horoscope. Even if you look this Saturn and Jupiter here, Jupiter is debilitated in the sign of Capricorn actually, okay? But still this is forming a Neech Bhang RajYoga. It means the cancellation of the debilitation. You will find many strong politicians, government officials and very well renowned personalities with Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. Many presidents of the country, prime ministers of the country, they are having Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, particularly in the sign of Capricorn. So don't underestimate if the Jupiter is debilitated. Debilitation have nothing to do with the breakages of the RajYoga. Keep that point in your mind. Even if one Graha is getting debilitated in your horoscope, that Graha is not destroying the significance of the money and wealth into your life. If the planet is debilitated, it means the more earning potential is also going to be seen with the help of that particular planet. Okay. So I hope now you understand how these planets or these houses are forming the connection, create yogas into your chart. Next, let me pay attention towards the Rahu and Ketu axis. Now this is a very interesting thing. First of all, I will explain you what Rahu and Ketu is going to be doing in the horoscopes with the money and wealth aspect actually. So if you are a chemistry student, have you heard about the catalyst? Now usually we use catalyst to speed up any chemical reaction. Similarly, Rahu and Ketu, they are also going to be speeding up the chemical reaction into the chart. It's like sudden explosion is happening. For example, you are having Venus and Saturn in the 9th house. If for example, suppose I'm adding a Rahu factor into it. Now what is happening with this combination? Venus, Saturn and Rahu. Rahu is actually suddenly expanding this yoga maybe 10 times, 50 times or 100 times. So suppose if you are having the wealth making potential up to 1 million, if Rahu is adding in the conjunction, this 1 million is going up to 10 million. So you see the expansion. It's like unaccountable wealth combinations, which you can see with planet Rahu. Because Rahu going anywhere in the chart with the money and wealth house slot is going to be creating the obsessiveness inside a person. Obsessiveness for making money. And it's not limited to this conjunction. It may be you are having Jupiter and Rahu conjunction present in the chart. Now many people contradict, having a contradiction with this Jupiter and Rahu because their mindset is not going to be matching with the normal people. They are not the normal person. It's actually going to be going against the society, going against the norms of the society. And this challenging belief system will eventually help them to attract wealth towards them. Similarly, if you are having Venus and Rahu anywhere in the chart, whenever your Bhagyasthan Lord, this Bhagesh actually, okay, this luck factor, if it is combining with the Rahu, it's also creating the expansion, sudden expansion into the money and wealth footprint. And it's not only limited to Rahu, it may be Ketu, because Ketu is also going to be doing the same contribution. Suppose you are having Sun, Jupiter and Ketu present in the horoscope. Or maybe you are having Saturn and Ketu conjunction in the chart. I'm using this star to represent their retrograde energies. Okay. So this Ketu and Saturn, although this have the capacity to bring immense sufferings because of your 4th house, because of your mother, because of your own family, but still this combination anywhere in the chart have the capability to bring that amount of wealth perspective into your life. We will be discussing that part in the timings when the actual thing is going to be triggering out. But you need to understand Rahu and Ketu, they are acting as a catalyst and they have the capacity to create enhancing factor into the RajYoga and the wealth yogas into your chart. Okay. Next, let's try to understand the Gati of planets. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Gati, first of all, means speed. Okay. So, we are discussing the speed of planets. Now, in Vedic astrology, there are certain slow moving planets and there are certain fast moving planets. Okay. Look here. Planet Jupiter, then come the Rahu and Ketu axis, and then come planet Saturn. Now they fall into the category of a slow moving planet because Jupiter will take 1 year for completing the complete cycle of a one zodiac sign, or Jupiter stays in one zodiac sign for 1 year. Rahu and Ketu axis will stay in one zodiac sign for 1.5 years. And Saturn stays in one zodiac sign for approximately 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Now these are the slow moving planets in Vedic astrology. Rest all the other planets, including Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, they all are fast moving planets. Fast moving simply mean the planet that are going to be staying in one zodiac sign for maybe 1 month or 2 month time duration. Okay. Other planets, Mercury, Sun, Mars, or even Venus, Mercury, so they tend to stay in one zodiac sign for maybe 1 month to 2, 3 or 4 months if the retrogression is there. But they usually switch the zodiac signs on much rapid manner. Okay. Now whenever slow moving planets are forming the conjunction with the fast moving planets in your chart, this have the capacity to create alteration into earning, expense, investment and the savings part of the native. Let me help you explain with the help of one example. For example, if you go back to these houses, now these houses are actually, I told you, they are ruled by Jupiter and Saturn. And originally we start from there. Now for you people, your incoming gains Lord is slow moving planet. So it means normally, and even as compared to some other ascendants, maybe for some other ascendant, the 3 number is written up there. So it's ruled by Gemini, it's Mercury. So their earning potential is very fast. But in comparison to all the other ascendants, Aquarius people usually having a slow moving planet ruling their incoming gains. It means the money which is going to be coming towards you, the speed of the flow of that money is going to be bit on the slow manner. Similarly with your expenditure, expenses are also going to be little bit on the slower side, and same with the savings also. Like you might not be able to save money on much rapid manner. But if the other planets are coming into picture, this create alteration. For example, Jupiter with Venus is conjunct in this house. Now what has happened? What happened here? Venus is a fast moving planet, Jupiter is a slow moving planet. So as soon as one fast moving planet is entering into the part, this is going to be rapidly increasing the flow of money and wealth into your life. Similarly, if Saturn is posited with Mercury, now this is again a fast moving planet. What is happening? It's creating alteration into your investment. Maybe with Saturn you are having some long-term vision, with Saturn and Mercury you might be a short-term vision. 12th house is also the house of expenditure. So with Saturn only, it's only a restraint. But when it comes to Mercury, it's going to be giving way much expenses there. Similarly, if for example, you are having Saturn with Ketu, now they both are very slow moving graha, both are slow. So this is going to be creating slowness in the even investment of this native. So you understand how the slow moving and fast moving planets, they are creating impact in the earning, expense, investment and the savings of you people. This is the very special concept. You will not find this concept anywhere in the YouTube also. Maybe in the upcoming, many other astrologers might going to be making the video upon this session. But I have even did one live session over the Gati of a Graha. You can go to the live sections and you can watch it. It's very interesting topic. Okay. Next, let me come to the retrograde planet. Now, what is this retrograde? Okay. I will explain you in a very simple word what is retrograde. Retrograde simply mean committing same mistakes again and again and again into your life. For example, you commit one financial mistakes way back in the year 2015, and after 10 years in the year 2025, you are committing again that financial mistake. That is seen through this retrograde. Or I will give you second explanation. If for example, one person is failing 5 times to achieve this result, the person with the retrograde planet need to fail 10 times to achieve the same result. So one is failing 5 times, the other is failing 10 times. It's like there is some sort of a stored form of karma or some cyclic karma associated with this retrograde graha. It's like you are operating in a cycle, like you start here, you start your journey, you are going, and here you are again going here. Okay, so you are in a loop, you are continuously revolving in a circle. There is no any escape route here. So you are actually encountering the similar kind of circumstances again and again and again into your life. Now, first of all, why these retrograde planets have came into your life? It's based over the prarabdha of the native. Because retrograde planets are here to teach you some of the important life lessons. For example, you are having Ketu with the Saturn, I have written up there. Now suppose Saturn is again retrograde here. Now what is happening? The person with normal Saturn Ketu or Saturn retrograde with the Ketu retrograde, what is the impact? Retrograde planets are seeking perfection. Okay, the main word here is perfection. Note down this thing. Perfection, P-E-R-F-E-C-T-I-O-N. Perfection is the main word which is associated with the retrograde. That is the reason I told you failing again and again and again. So doing something in a repetitive manner will eventually help you in getting the mastery of that thing. So same with the retrograde graha. It's going to be making you hardcore perfectionist in that particular area. Although it's going to be a time consuming, it's going to be a frustrating, but you are going to be having the mastery over something. Specifically for you Aquarius Ascendant people, if your Saturn or Jupiter are retrograde in the horoscope, suppose Jupiter is retrograde anywhere in the chart with any planetary conjunct Jupiter, or maybe your Saturn is retrograde in the chart, it means there are going to be some blockages associated with the money and wealth part, and the only solution for this retrograde graha is first of all by obtaining knowledge. Without gaining knowledge, there is no solution. No matter how hard you try to find it, it's not possible. Gaining optimal solution, or even I will tell you, seeking perfection or going towards perfection. If for example, there is one normal person who want to build one startup or building a business, that person might be starting from some intermediary level and then build a business. But if the person is having a retrograde planet, you need to start from very scratch or very zero level, and from that zero level you need to go up. Only this is the success mantra associated with retrograde graha. If you start from the intermediary or from the advanced level, nothing is going to be working out. Your basics must need to be very, very clear, even if you are having a single retrograde planet into your astrological chart. Okay, next let me come to the combust planet. Now there are many misconceptions which are associated with the combust graha. I will explain you in a while what is this combust meaning. Now combustion simply mean when the planet is getting in very close proximity to planet sun. So because of that sun rays falling on that planet, the planet is getting burnt. But I will tell you, the combustion of a graha or a planet is first of all not going to be losing its significance. For example, one person with combust Venus in the horoscope and one person with a normal Venus. Now first of all, for Venus to get combust, sun must need to be in this house, this, or it means it's very close actually. So if the Venus is getting combust, it's not like that Venus is losing its Karak Tattvas. Karak Tattva means the core significance of the graha or the planet is not getting destroyed even if that planet is combust. The only difference with the combustion of the planet, it's actually going to be making on the auspiciousness. In our Vedic tradition, in our Hindu tradition, there is one concept of muhurta. Muhurta means the auspicious timings to perform something. Auspicious timings for you being getting married, auspicious timing to do some childbirth celebration, auspicious timings for buying a property, maybe auspicious timing of retirement. So the auspiciousness of the graha is actually getting destroyed if it is combust, and that too with the benefic like Jupiter and Venus. Whenever Venus and Jupiter are combust in the sky, in our Vedic tradition, we don't perform any good ceremonies. Marriages are not performed if the Dev Guru Brahaspati or Jupiter is combust in the sky, because it means the positive rays which are coming from the Jupiter is not falling on the planet Earth. So the auspiciousness is actually getting destroyed, but the significance of the planet in totality is not getting destroyed. So the person with the combust Venus or the normal Venus, they are going to be having the same results when it comes to the money and wealth part. Although combust planets have the capacity to create some cluttering inside the brain of a person, because I told you with the benefic specifically, if they are combust, the positive rays are not coming. So it means the person will not be able to differentiate between what is black money and what is white money, what is legal and what is illegal. Whereas on the other hand, if some negative planets like Saturn is getting combust in the chart, for example, or maybe any other planet, Mars, okay, suppose even Mars is getting combust. But if the Saturn is first of all getting combust, it's a malefic graha. So with the Saturn, if it is combust, it's not losing its significance. It's just killing the auspiciousness. Okay. So the person, I told you, not be able to differentiate between the what is the path of dharma or what is adharma. If that differentiating factor is gone, it means there is some combustion of the planets creating impact in that person's life. Okay. Lastly, let me come to the timings part. Now, very recently I made a video over how astrologers predict in Vedic astrology. In that I've explained everything, but still I will explain you here. In the timings part, you need to pay attention towards two things. First one is the Antardasha. Plus transit. Now what is transit and what is Antardasha? Transit is basically the gochar of the planet. So planets are in the sky, they are in a motion. Okay, planets are not stationary, they are keep on moving. Even at the time me filming this video, some planets are in certain zodiac signs. Maybe at the time you watching this video, planets in the gochar, they are somewhere posited. And Antardasha simply mean there is a set of Vedic astrology systems known as Vimshotri Mahadasha. Vimshotri Mahadasha is a complete 120 years long span dashas which cover all the 9 planets which Rishi Parashara have given to the human beings. So it may be you are operating right now for a 20 years long period of Venus, maybe 17 years Mercury, maybe 16 years long period Jupiter, or 18 years of Rahu. Okay. So suppose a normal lifespan is like 80 to 90 years, and in between you are operating some big Mahadasha. Now in between that main Mahadasha, there are Antardashas which are known as the sub-periods, and Antardasha is that sub-period. Anytime your Antardasha Lord is coming in the transit over the same graha is going to be triggering the timings. I will give you one example. For example, you are having Venus placement in the sign of Scorpio. Look here. And suppose Antardasha of Venus is going on in your chart. It may be you can check which Antardasha you are going right now. Okay. Now, whenever in the gochar or in the transit, Venus is coming over the same natal Venus in the sign of Scorpio, this is going to be the triggering factor or the triggering point of that event. If it is posited in the 10th house of your career, it's your 9th house lord, it shows some movement or some change is going to be happening in the career part. Similarly, you can predict with any other planet. Maybe for example, you are going through a Sun Mahadasha, Antardasha, and Sun is going over the gochar transit and it's coming over the same natal Sun. This is also going to be the triggering factor behind the RajYogas. And specifically pay attention towards these houses, money and wealth houses, 11th, 12th and 2nd. In order for you to check the money and wealth RajYogas are actually getting fructified. So this is the analysis from the timings part. Okay. I hope you have gained some deep insights in this complete video with me. Now, if you want to send me super thanks for the contribution of this work, you can also send me. Also, if you want any detailed personalized consultations, you can please contact me on my email ID. If you require any marriage, career, business, even spiritual, or even the money and wealth consultation, so you can drop me an email and I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. You can also share my YouTube channel with your friends and family members who are in love with Vedic astrology, and make sure to subscribe it below. Okay, because any small contribution in the form of subscribers or super thanks or anywhere, maybe you're sharing my videos with other, it's actually giving me as an astrologer or as a content creator a very boost. Actually, it's a morally boosting the person. Even healthy engagement in the comment section is very required. So if you want to suggest me some improvement methods in my way of teaching, in my style of teaching, or any other fundamental things or the concepts, if you want to discuss in the upcoming videos, please mention below the comments. And I will tell you, in my YouTube channel, the audience are very engaged, and I would like to personally thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity, for listening to me for all these lectures. Okay, thank you for your patience as well. And I'm going to be meeting you very, very soon with some new interesting videos over the Vedic astrology. Till then, please take care of yourself. You can explore my YouTube channel, check out the playlist here, and I'm going to be meeting you very, very soon in the next video. Bye bye and Hare Krishna.